Hi everybody. Yesterday I just happened to take out my phone at the exact time as Odlums went live with a video, and they made a lemon and passion fruit drizzle cake and it looked really nice. So I decided that I want to make one, and I went on to the Odlums website, odlums.ie, and I found they have a lemon drizzle loaf, and I thought that's what I want to make. So the first thing I did was, the oven has to be preheated to 150. I've lined my 2 pound loaf tin. It's a 900 gram loaf tin. I have my Odlums mixing bowl. I swear that's the Odlums logo, and my Odlums jug. Again, I swear that's the Odlums jug. It's just, we have them a while and we use them a lot. I've weighed out my butter and my sugar, and I've beaten 3 eggs. So these are my 3 eggs.
In my bowl, I have 175 grams of butter or margarine, that's 6 ounces. And I also have 175 grams or 6 ounces of castor sugar. And I'm just going to beat them together until the mixture is light and fluffy like that, so that they're nice and incorporated. Next I'm going to take my eggs. So I've beaten my 3 eggs, and I'm going to put them in one at a time. Because they're beaten, it's not an exact science, but hey, I'm eyeballing it. So we're just going to mix them and incorporate them. And once the egg seems as though it's fully incorporated, I'm going to add the next bit of egg mixture and beat that again. I decided to scrape down the sides just to make sure that the butter and the sugar are fully incorporated. Unfortunately, my mixture did curdle slightly, so I just put in a little less than a dessert spoon of self-raising flour, and I beat that into the mixture just slightly, and that counteracts that curdling action, which means you don't have to throw the whole thing out. Next, I'm going to add the flour. It doesn't need to be sifted, so I just put in 3 heaping dessert spoons of flour at a time, and then I slowly fold that into the mixture using my spatula. I decided to get rid of the whisk at this point. Now I have the flour fully incorporated into my mixture, but what's the most important part of a lemon drizzle cake? Of course, it is the lemon. Now, I bought these lemons in Super Value. They were 55 cents each. I only need 1 for the cake itself. If you're using non-organic, then the likelihood is that they are waxed. So what you're going to want to do is just put them under some boiling water, and then I just dry them using a towel. Now I have my zester. So using my zester, I'm going to just mix in the zest into my cake. So once my lemon was fully zested, I folded the zest into the mixture, but I'm using the whole lemon, so I'm going to cut my lemon in half, and then using this juicer. So this is a juicer which has holes on one end and a squeezy piece on the other. When you put in your lemon, you think lemon should go cut side up, but it actually doesn't. The cut side goes down, and you squeeze in towards the stem, and you're just going to squeeze the entire lemon into the batter, and there's enough juice comes out of it. It's actually really good. So then you just mix it in. If you don't have a juicer like that, just use a fork or a spoon or your hand, and then you just incorporate it into the rest of the mixture. And now that it's all mixed, I'm going to put it into my loaf tin.
Here it is. We're just going to pop it in the oven. 150 degrees C. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit. Sorry. There we go. In the oven for 40 to 50 minutes. I said 45 earlier, I was wrong. So I'm going to set a 40-minute timer, and then I'll check on it. The oven is beeping, so I'm just going to check on it now. So we're both going to get this together. Ooh, it smells delicious. It's got a buttery, lemony smell. It's definitely not cooked. So I have my skewer here. I'm going to put it in. You can see it's still moist, still wet up here. So before you can put it in, I can tell. But let's see how far cooked it is in the middle. it in. Oh, it's pretty raw in the middle. That's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back in and cook it for another 10 minutes. But it's very nice. It's got the signature lemon drizzle crack on the top. And let's see how we get on. Now the timer just went off again, so this is after 50 minutes. So let's check it. Oh, it's definitely looking a little more golden on top. Let's have a look. I would still say it probably needs a couple of minutes. Ooh, that's almost perfect. Do you know what? I'm going to take it out. I'm going to take it out of the oven with one hand. This is very precarious. I'm going to bring it over to my wire rack and I'm going to let it cool there to warm. So at the moment it's obviously hot. When it's warm enough to touch without burning, then I'm going to make my drizzle to go up on top. Now it's time to make the drizzle for the lemon drizzle cake.
For the drizzle, we're going to take 100 grams of caster sugar. I didn't actually have 100 grams of caster sugar, so I mixed caster and granulated sugar. And then we're going to take 2 lemons. And again, we're going to use all the lemon. So first off, I'm zesting the lemon skin into the pot that I'm going to melt this entire mixture in. It's hard going. I suggest that if you're using microplaner, try and not lean too hard. Just go nice and light so that you can get all the zest in there. It is a lot of zest, but once you have your zest in your pot, you can put it aside because you're going to take the 2 lemons and cut them in half. And again, using the juicer that I did earlier, I'm just going to juice these lemons right into the pot on top of the zest. Now that my juice is in the pot, I'm going to add in the sugar and I'm going to cook it on a low heat. So to begin with, I put it up to 4 and then I actually did turn it down to 3 once I started mixing it and it started simmering because I didn't want the sugar to burn. What I did was I left it sit for a couple of seconds every time it was simmering, and then I would stir it occasionally. Once my lemon, sugar and zest mixture was fully incorporated and the sugar had dissolved, I poured it over my lemon drizzle cake while it was still in the tin. So this is what it says to do on the Odlums instructions. And then because it was an awful lot of zest, I spread it out using the back of the spoon. I think I used a little too much zest, but hey, I followed the recipe the way it was written. What am I supposed to do? My lovely lemon drizzle cake, it is still in the tin and I can't wait to try it.
I removed the lemon drizzle cake from the tin and here it is. This is going to be absolutely delicious with a cup of coffee or tea if you like tea after dinner, or you know what, for dinner if you really feel like it.